Welcome to the Technical Writing Success Video Overview by Senior Technical Writer Kurt Robbins.
Okay, let's just get right to it, shall we? The one question that seems to be on everyone's mind is AI going to take my job? I mean, you see it everywhere, right? The headlines are pretty dramatic, and it's creating a lot of uncertainty.
And the scale of this? Wow, it's just staggering. To give you some perspective, in 2024 alone, we're talking 1.5 billion downloads of generative AI apps. Think about that. That's up from 800 million just the year before. So yeah, this is not some slow, gradual change. It's a full-on explosion. Yeah, unstoppable growth is right. It really does feel like a digital tsunami, doesn't it? And that kind of speed, well, it's leaving a lot of companies and even regulators just scrambling to keep their heads above water, trying to figure out how to navigate all of this.
And what happens when things change that fast? You get a very real, very human problem: fear. A recent global survey from Gallagher found that a full quarter, 1 in 4 business leaders, are genuinely worried that bringing in AI is going to damage or even destroy the trust they have with their own employees.
So, okay, is that fear justified? Are we all right to be worried? Well, this is where we need to take a step back from the anxiety and just look at the cold, hard data. And trust me, this is where the story gets really, really interesting. Because the reality, it's probably not what you're thinking. Get this, in that very same survey, a huge 85% of businesses said they've already put strategies in place to protect jobs as they roll out AI. I mean, let that sink in for a second. 85%. The main strategy here isn't replacement, it's protection. And this right here really shows you the mindset of the people in charge. When leaders were asked how they see AI's impact, 42% said it's going to augment roles. Basically make people better and more efficient at their jobs. Only 15% saw it as a tool to replace roles. That's almost a 3-to-1 difference. The focus is clearly on collaboration, not elimination. So why are they doing this? Why protect jobs? Well, it's not just because they're being nice, it's just plain smart business. Think about it. You need to keep your creative people. You have to have that human touch with your clients. And you absolutely want to avoid the chaos and disruption of replacing your entire workforce. At the end of the day, it's about keeping your people engaged and your customers happy. And I love this quote from Ben Warren at Gallagher. He just hits the nail on the head. He gets it. He says, look, the fear is real. So what do you do about it? You don't ignore it. The answer is education and finding those change champions inside your own company to help lead the way. That whole idea of education and champions, it flows perfectly into our next point, which is how companies are getting proactive. They're investing in what you could call a human upgrade, right? If AI is the new power tool, then the people need to learn how to use it safely and effectively. And believe me, this investment is real. Companies are definitely putting their money where their mouth is. Look at this. Nearly half are upskilling their current employees, just adding AI skills to what they already do. Then you've got about a third who are reskilling folks for totally new jobs. And another third are creating brand new roles from scratch, like chief AI officers. It's like a 3-part strategy, all focused on investing in their people. And this quote from Drew Munn, man, it really drives home just how massive this is. He says, we're adding a new technology layer on top of every single role. This isn't just some new app for the IT team. This is a fundamental change to how almost everyone works. That's a huge shift. Of course, a change this big is never going to be simple or smooth, right? It's messy. It's an ongoing process of trying to navigate all this upheaval. And, super important to remember, it doesn't hit everyone in the company at the same time or in the same way. So, no surprise here, the IT departments are out in front leading the charge. 58% of them are already on board. And this is the really interesting part, look who's right behind them. Customer service, finance. They're moving fast. And that's the key takeaway. AI isn't just for the tech geeks in the back room anymore. It's moving right into the core customer-facing parts of the business. Okay, so here's the really crucial point. As this technology spreads like wildfire, communication should be going up, right? It becomes more critical, not less. But the data shows something kind of scary. The number of companies talking about AI risks has actually dropped. This can't be a one-and-done conversation. If you don't keep that dialogue going, that trust we talked about, it's just going to vanish. Which brings us to, really, the heart of the matter. After all this talk about automation and algorithms, what's left for us? What is the truly irreplaceable human skill in this new world? Well, here they are. These are the areas where humans are still and will continue to be the champs. We're talking about things like tricky negotiations or mentoring someone, making those tough ethical calls, coming up with something truly creatively original, or making those huge, high stakes decisions where context and nuance are absolutely everything. And AI, at least for now, just can't handle that level of depth. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. A winning AI strategy has to be human centric. It's all about collaboration, not kicking people to the curb. It means you need real humans actively keeping an eye on things. You have to build trust by being totally transparent. And you can never, ever forget the power of emotional intelligence. And that leaves us with one final thought, a question for you to take with you. In your job, in your company, how can you be the one who champions that irreplaceable human touch? How can you make sure it doesn't get lost in this new AI-powered world? To continue exploring topics like this, subscribe to the Tech Writing Success newsletter and join the Technical Writing Success group. You can find both on LinkedIn and by Kurt Robbins.